Hey, it's Mr. Qualls, and I want to talk to you about what the answers look like on this translations of shapes worksheet, right? So remember, translations are kind of like slides, right? So we're just going to take these things and slide them to the left or the right or up or down or diagonal, whatever we're doing. But a diagonal moves have to be a combination of right or left and up or down, okay? I just want to show you, here are 4 questions that look like each other on this worksheet, and I'm going to do the first one so that you can do the others. Okay. The first thing that we're going to look at here is this one, and if we want a translation of 1 unit left, all we have to do on the first 4 questions is draw the new figure. So this one, 1 unit to the left, that means that the X is going to come over here 1 unit. The Q, 1 unit to the left. U, 1 unit to the left, and G, 1 unit to the left. Then we're going to draw. There we are. So now we had our pre-image that was XGUQ, and now we have the image, or the new thing that we're drawing, the image, and that's going to be X prime, G prime, U prime, and Q prime. And you can see everything just shifted 1 spot, 1 unit to the left. Okay? So when you do this one, it's got to go 1 to the right and 2 units down. And if you remember that sheet that we made earlier, this right here, if you've got this note in front of you, if you've made one of these, what you've got is directions on if you're going right, and that one's going right and down. So if you're going right, you're adding to the A, and down you're subtracting from the B. Or excuse me, adding to the X, I keep saying that, we're adding to the X and we're subtracting from the Y over here. Okay? So 1 unit right and 2 units down. So you're going each of these points, 1 unit right, 2 down. 1 over, 2 down. 1 right, 2 down. And draw your image and mark it with primes. Same thing on number 3, same thing on number 4. Okay? Let's look at number 5 and 6. 5 and 6 want to know what happens if you take these points and you do this to them. So what we want is, there's something here, 1, 2, 3 points, so this is going to be a triangle, and 1, 2, 3, 4 points over here, that's going to be some kind of quadrilateral, okay? A 4-sided figure. Now, where is this? Well, I can see that unit U, -3, -4 is going to be down here somewhere in the 3rd quadrant because everything is negative. Both of these are negative. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put U right there. And then M is at -1, -1, -1, -1, -1. I'm going to put that there. And then -2, -5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And now I'm going to go back and mark everything. I just wanted to make sure that I had everything marked after I drew my points because I didn't want to put an M inside my figure. So here I've got my triangle. Now this is my pre-image because I'm about to draw my image. I'm about to change from MLU to M prime, L prime, U prime. And it's 5 units up. So I'm just going to take each one of them 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to draw my triangle. And this is L prime, M prime, U prime. All right. Now if you'll notice on those 2 figures, this figure is the same as that one. They are congruent, which is a special way to say they're the same. This one went that direction, 1 unit. They are congruent. Again, a special way of saying they are the same. Same size, same shape. Number 6, you can do that one too on your own probably. Or I'm sure you can. There's no problem about this. All right, so this 7 always kind of confuses people. So what I'm going to do is walk through it. Okay. My zoom isn't working the way I want it to, so I'm going to bring my camera down on it. There we go. All right, so, and I'll refocus. There we are. So, if we look at number 7, what we're looking at here is we want to find the coordinates of the vertices of each figure after the given transformation. So, after this thing goes 2 units to the left and 1 unit down, we're trying to figure out where is this thing going to be. Well, we don't have a picture for it. However, we do know that if we have an x, y in this case, and we're going to go 2 units to the left and 1 unit down, x and 2 units to the left means take away 2, subtract 2 from the x. And 1 unit down means subtract 1 from the y. So, if I need to subtract 2 from the x and 1 from the y, all these points, that means that Q prime, Q has to go through this to get to Q prime. Okay? So Q, the x value is 0, minus 2 is negative 2. Negative 1, which is my y value, substitutes for y here. Negative 1 plus a negative 1 is a negative 2. Remember, that's one of the hardest things there is to remember about bringing from the 7th grade into the 8th grade, is that if you have a negative number and you subtract more, it is still negative. It's like losing a yard in a football game and then you lost another yard. You lost 2 total. Okay? But this is what happens. 0, negative 1 goes through minus 2 from the x, or minus 1 from the y, and that's what you get. So, where's d prime going to be? If d prime has to go through this as well, then x has to be subtracted by 2, and y has to be subtracted by 1 again. So d starts at negative 2, minus 2 is negative 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. And that's where d prime is going to be. Where is v prime? Well, the v prime is at 2, 4, and v prime has to go through a subtraction of 2 from the x and a subtraction of 1 from the y. Then 2 minus 2 is 0. 4 minus 1 is 3. Where is j prime? Well, if j is at 3, 0, and it also has to go through the translation of taking 2 from the x and taking 1 from the y, then 3 minus 2 is 1. And 0 minus 1 is negative 1. All right, so we just found out where q prime, d prime, v prime, and j prime are from where q, d, v, and j were before, just knowing what has to happen for a 2 units left and a 1 unit down. These are not the easiest things in the world, but that's how you go through them. You identify what's going on with the x and the y, and then you subject all the x, y values to what's going on, and those are your new points. The same thing happens with 8, 9, and 10. All right, this last one, number 11, write a rule to describe each transformation. Now, the rule that we're talking about is the same thing that I've been writing down over and over and over. We want to know what rule takes x, y, and translates from, there should be a prime right there, the pre-image to the image. What takes the x, y's that are in the image, or excuse me, from the pre-image into the image? What makes the pre-image into the image when it goes through? And we're trying to find the rule right here. We're trying to figure out what's going on right there. So, if we look at what is going on with the x and the y, I'm just going to pick one point. I'm going to pick u, and I'm going to go to u prime. So what is going on with the u? Well, if I look at u and I say 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going up 4 positions. And an up of 4 positions means I need to add to the y. So I need to add y plus 4 up here. And what do I need to do to the x? Well, it's not moving back and forth. So it is just x. And this is the rule. Because if I don't add to this right or left, but I go up 4, I'm right there. If I don't add right or left here, but I go up 4, I'm right there. Same thing with all of these points. Right? So that's what I want the answer right there. That's what the answer looks like for 11. For 12, it's going to start off like this. X, Y. And then the new one is going to show what looks like from D to D prime, it looks like it's moving to the right 3 and down 3. So you're going to have to figure out what that looks like, what change is happening to X, what change is happening to Y. Okay? Same thing with 13. Starts off like this. X, Y. Translates to what's happening to the X to get L over here and then get L2 up like that. And then over here, XY is becoming, doesn't look like it's moving up or down, but it's moving over here. Okay? So that's it. All right? So once you get done with that worksheet, translations of shapes, you get done with that worksheet, send me a picture of it, and we're good. All right? I'll see you later.